Welcome to Popcorn Chat. I'm Kurt Jarvis. This week I'm going to be reviewing The Amazing Spider-Man, and I have a lot to say about it. First of all, I want to thank people who've emailed and commented me on YouTube and stuff and Facebook. They've asked why I used to do this every week and why I've kind of dropped off on that. I'll explain that. I moved, okay? And I didn't realize it was going to be that big of a deal, but it was. The old place I literally lived down the street from a movie theater. I mean, I'm not even making that up. I literally could walk to the movie theater. And I got to know quite a few people that worked there, and quite frankly, they let me kind of sneak in once in a while and see a whole bunch of movies. And they wouldn't care. Now I live probably about 32, 33 minutes away from the nearest movie theater, and that's not even a good one. So it takes a little while longer for me to actually see movies now, and I have a really, I have a real job, so that's kind of the other reason. But anyway, I'm still trying to keep up with this as much as I can, especially on the big movies. I probably won't get to see a lot of art films this year now, which is kind of depressing, but that's okay. All right, enough about me. Let's jump right into The Amazing Spider-Man, starring Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. First off, I will say this. I think it is actually amazing, okay? I like the way the story went. I like the fact that it went a totally different direction. I know a lot of people have been, harping on that, but we've seen the story on film as the original story. And the other thing I'll say about that is they can't do anything without Marvel/Stan Lee's permission to do anyway. So they've signed off on it. So for all these people, oh, Stan Lee wouldn't, you don't know that. Stan Lee's in the dang movie, so of course he's going to say, yes, it's okay to do this. Was it better than Tobey Maguire? In some ways, yes. I think that it was better than Tobey Maguire, and in some ways, no. Andrew Garfield is a really good dramatic actor. I mean, really good. I mean, when they have to crank up, the tears and the emotion, he did a really good job as Peter Parker doing that. Tobey Maguire, not so great at that. He can create, tension, which is always good, but as far as hitting it a home run dramatically, it's not something that he does best. But I felt that Tobey Maguire actually looked the part a little bit better because he's more kid-like, and I thought that his silliness and his natural awkward goofiness actually played a little bit better, whereas Andrew Garfield was more of a chiseled geek, if you will. So it worked out a little bit better that way. Now, I say this, and you can throw something at the screen. Go ahead. I say that The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield is the second best Spider-Man they've made in the series. Okay? Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is still the best Spider-Man they've made. That was just an amazing, amazing film, and they had many, many home runs in that film. This one's right up there. So to come out swinging with a whole new franchise, a whole new ideology, whole new characters, and a whole new guy playing Spider-Man, that's a really good thing to say. One thing I didn't like about The Amazing Spider-Man, their main villain was called the Lizard. The storyline was fine, and the action sequences were fine. And I guess that their idea was, let's introduce this slowly before we build it up any bigger. And that's what they did. But the lizard, not the masked lizard, not the Mexican lizard, the lizard, he's coming for you. It just wasn't very daunting. Now, the creature itself looked daunting and very threatening. And like I said, the storyline was good. So that went on. That's my only complaint. That's really not that bad. Emma Stone did a really good job as playing the love interest. But you know me, I'm a big Emma Stone fan. I don't think there's anything she can't do. I'm really convinced that she is just starting to come into her prime of her acting career, and we are going to be seeing a lot more of her, and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. Their chemistry was very good. Of course, in real life, they're boyfriend and girlfriend, so their chemistry should have been good. I love the fact Martin Sheen played the Uncle Ben. I love the fact Sally Field played his aunt. Those two actors right there I've admired for a very long time. So to put them together and to sit there and watch them play off Andrew Garfield and have Andrew Garfield play off them and nobody swallowed each other as far as acting talent-wise, that was good. It was very soft when it had to be. It was very hard-edged when it had to be. And I think Martin Sheen probably rehearsed some of the lines that he said to Peter Parker and probably saved some of them for his actual son, Charlie Sheen, which went in one ear and not the other. The storyline itself is obviously setting up for a sequel. Okay, so it doesn't end. I mean, yes, there's an ending to the movie, but again, it's Marvel, so you have to wait for the credits to roll, and then you see the very, very, very last scene, which I got excited for a half a second because I thought, are they going to throw him into the Avengers already? This will be exciting because the Avengers film was so good. This film was so good. Let's go ahead and mix them. I was convinced that they could have done it. That's not what it is. I'm just going to let you know. I was expecting a big, bald, loud black man to walk on stage and ask him to be a part of the Avengers Initiative. And it didn't happen. Okay? Samuel Jackson was not in this movie. Sadly, as Nick Fury. Okay. But it was an ending scene setting up the next sequel. Okay? And, of course, they're going to do a trilogy. I will make this suggestion. One of the most disappointing films in the Spider-Man franchise was obviously Spider-Man 3. It was absolutely terrible. And that's disappointing for one humongous reason. One of the best villains ever created, in my opinion, in any comic book series is Venom. And at the very least, he is usually Spider-Man fanatics' favorite villain in the comic book series. I think it would not be a bad idea to explore bringing Venom back with a whole new franchise. And I think it would be a good idea to do it in the second one and not the third one, because it's going to rub people the wrong way if you wait and do a third one again. Do it now while you have momentum, you have people back, you have an ideology, and please write it better this time. It just was awful the first time, okay, and it was disappointing. So far, almost every hero or villain that I truly fall in love with, that I want to see, hasn't panned out, and Venom was one of them. So this is a good opportunity for them to correct that, if you want my opinion. That's just my opinion. Comment and tell me that I'm wrong. Comment and tell me that I'm right. Go ahead. It's fine. Because I believe that this is a good time. You've got everybody back. Andrew Garfield's a convincing Peter Parker and Spider-Man. That's fine. Go ahead and throw Venom in there. Let's go ahead. Why not? He's already facing his own demons. He's going to be facing his alternate reality anyway. It's a good time to do it. It's a storyline you can go with. Just about 2 cents. And go for it. There wasn't a whole lot else that bothered me. Like I said, the action sequences were really good. If you like action, this was really good. I really enjoyed the fact that the director, whose last name, by the way, is Webb, hello, really played with the scenes where he's spinning his way through the city, you know, shooting one web over here, shooting another, and swinging through. I love those scenes. I thought those were great. I really did. And he played with that very well. I mean, just from the angles, just from the imagery, you know, hey, let's throw in something here. I like that. And I've not liked that. I've not remembered, in the first 3 films, I have not remembered actually commenting and thinking, wow, that was really good. He took some time to really love those shots. And it showed. It really showed. And, you know, in the very last scene with Spider-Man coming in and shooting the web at you, you know, coming at... It's hokey. Yes, I get it. But that's the comic book feel that I try to explain to people. A comic book would do that. It would have the last shot coming at the reader, you know. So I'm okay with that. And I'm assuming in 3D, which, you know me, I hate 3D, so I don't watch 3D unless I'm forced to. I'm assuming in 3D that would have a bigger effect. And, you know, you're ending it on a, oh, wow, what a note. So, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, very good, worth your time. Please go see it. Out on DVD this week is absolutely nothing interesting. Okay, and that's not a title of a movie. That's my thoughts. I've looked at it for the past 2 weeks. There's absolutely nothing interesting. However, 3 weeks ago, The Artist came out on DVD. Okay, and you need to go see it. I'm still harping on it because not enough people have seen it. Not enough people have bought it. That's sad, America. It's sad. Okay, get over it. Go see it. If you come back, I don't know when I'll be back, but I'm going to try to kind of keep up with this a little bit better. So, again, I apologize. Feel free to criticize me. Feel free to give me insight if you want to. It's okay. Until next time, I might see you at the movies.